What up, people? Base Logic. You know, if you're a criminal in South America, at this point, if you don't just take a chance and sneak across the border and get into America, you're fucking up. You're doing something completely wrong. Joe Biden and his administration have shown and proven that they are so weak on immigration that if you're a criminal and you're trying to get up here, just come. They ain't gonna do shit about it. They've proven, they've shown, they ain't gonna do shit about it. Come on up here, bring whoever you want. You can use kids as mules. They don't give a fuck. Come on, it's open season. The other day, Border Patrol caught a fucking FedEx truck driving around town, pulled it over. Guess what was in the back? A whole bunch of illegals. Check out this video. We'll talk about it.
We continue to follow the latest on the migrant crisis happening at the U.S.-Mexico border. And tonight, a deputy from Jim Hogg County is recovering after a crowd of immigrants escaped what at first glance looked like a FedEx truck. It turned out to be fake, and once stopped, the people inside scattered like a stampede.
Yeah, all that caught on video released tonight from sheriff's deputies. The migrants found in the fake FedEx truck, part of a cartel smuggling operation. Our Michael Gibson has that report.
Jim Hogg County Sheriff's deputies followed what by all appearances looked to be a FedEx truck driving through Hebronville. But once the truck stops, you can see it was not driving around simply delivering packages, but instead was loaded down with over a dozen immigrants as part of a cartel smuggling operation. Unfortunately, the chief deputy was standing in their way when they all piled out of that van.
They just kind of ran over him like stampede type. Actually, he ended up with a broken rib. And that video is, I mean, you can see where these guys are just bailing. I mean, and this is in the middle of town.
And in broad daylight. And that van wasn't even a FedEx vehicle. It had been painted and had decals placed on it by the cartel to make it look real.
Turned out to be a clone FedEx van, and it was loaded with about 15 or 16 people in there.
Sheriff Kiko Alarcon has been with the department for 30 years, and for the last 20 years, he's been the sheriff here. He says this crazy FedEx smuggling operation is just the latest effort by the cartels to move immigrants through his county. Besides clone vehicles, the sheriff says the cartels are now hiring drivers as young as 15 years old.
What we're seeing a lot of also is these people are trying to get kids to transport these illegals from point A to point B, and they're enticing these kids with, well, you know, money. You get a 15, 16-year-old and tell them, you know what, the risk is not that high and they're not going to do anything to you because you're juvenile. And you pay them, I don't know, $400 or $500.
The sheriff tells 3 News the smuggling operations are now working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And with just 3 deputies working during the day and having to cover 1,200 square miles of the county, he doesn't have the manpower to handle that kind of volume, and neither does Border Patrol.
I know from talking to Border Patrol and administrators, they do say they're shorthanded because they have people going down to do processing and stuff like that. So we are shorthanded all around. Pretty much everybody's shorthanded.
Congressman Vicente Gonzalez agrees that more manpower and technology needs to be moved to the area.
Clearly, we do need more boots on the ground. There's a shortage there. But more than anything, I think we should have cutting edge technology as well on the border.
We have over 20 bodies running.
That would be welcomed here in Jim Hogg County, as this sheriff says his deputies cannot be everywhere at the same time. But they will continue to try and stop the smuggling operations, which are overwhelming them right now. Michael Gibson, 3 News.
Now, of course, I'm going to have to deal with silly motherfuckers saying to me, "Hey, dog, what, man? You sound like one of them white supremacists, man. Why the Mexicans can't come over?" Motherfucker, I was born and raised here. Those 17 people in the back of that truck, they was this close to having more rights and fucking legal freedoms in my fucking country than I do. They was this fucking close to getting all types of government assistance, all types of programs, stipends, free college, all types of wild shit, just because they snuck over here. So yeah, I'm not for that shit. And what the media does, they like to push the narrative that, you know, all Hispanics snuck over there and over here, and all Hispanics are cool with that shit. I know plenty of Hispanic people that are not down with that illegal sneaking over here bullshit. It makes them look bad. Plenty of those people had to wait in line and go through the process like everybody else. And then when they see people cutting and butting the line, and not only doing that, coming over here and breaking more laws on top of that, they not down for that shit. The Mexicans and the Hispanics over here that came over legally, they not down for that shit. Just like black people that follow the law, we not down with the dumb niggardry that the fucking media puts on TV. Just like normal white Americans not down with the cuck white shit that the media puts on TV. It's coming to a point that us that seem like the outliers of society, we've got to stand the fuck up. Because they're giving voices to all the silly, stupid motherfuckers and making it seem like those are really the people to be heard. They're not. Fuck the illegals. Fuck the stupid niggas and fuck the cucks. All true Americans, patriots, we got to stand up against this shit. That motherfucker said that it's 3 people patrolling 1,200 miles of border. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that something? Of course they would take a chance and sneak over here. Why fucking not? Government doesn't give these people the help they need. Of course, the problem's only going to get worse. I don't know, but I know that the news and the media are not going to show this video. Of course they're not going to show this shit because it doesn't help push a narrative. So, thankfully, I was able to find them and push it to you guys. Do what you need to do with it. I'll check y'all later. Peace.